This day started, it feels like many moons ago, but this day started with some big news out of Winnipeg, and that is reacquiring Paul Stastny, and we're proud to welcome him in on the phone now. Paul Stastny, the newest member of the Winnipeg Jets. And Paul, walk us through this situation, leaving the Golden Knights to go back to Winnipeg.
Yeah, I mean, I think the last couple of days, there's been rumblings with, there's probably a lot of balls in the air with every team, right? Trying to figure out what to do, trying to figure out who they're going to sign for agency and try to make room, obviously, with the flat cap. So we're always ready for something to happen. I think been around the game long enough to know that, whatever it is, you never want to be comfortable in one spot just because, you don't want to be blindsided or anything. But, I heard that Winnipeg was interested, or that could be a possibility. I think we got a little excited. So once we knew we were going back there, I think my wife and I and the kids were pretty pumped up. And, just my time there was great. I loved all the guys there in the organization, and so many good players to play with, so it's exciting to go back.
And you've obviously had great chemistry with a number of your teammates. You'll be reuniting with them. Before we get to the whole fit for you in Winnipeg, were there any hard feelings? I mean, you negotiate in good faith a free agent deal, you go to Vegas, you uproot your family and all the rest, and then, a couple of years, and they're like, okay, well, we're moving you. Did that leave a bad taste in your mouth at all?
No, it is what it is, I think I have nothing good to say, but, from Bill Foley, the owner, the way everything's run there, it's a first-class organization. So, I'm thankful for my time there. And, it's crazy. Sometimes you go, you don't expect to come to some places, and then you realize how nice it is. And, whether it ends up being our home when we're done playing, we don't know. But, that could be a possibility. But, just the time I was there with the guys and just, being in that city and just, it's just another kind of chapter in your life, right? And you're just excited and you enjoy and you go with it. And, now you move on. And, if you have regrets or if you have tough feelings, it's tough to live like that. I think it's just going to waste energy out of you. So you try to just be positive, move forward, and be happy for everyone.
Yeah, a very mature approach and a smart approach. And you're going back to a city and an organization you love. What is it about the Winnipeg Jets that you love so much that you feel such a good fit for you?
I don't know. I think it's just, I don't know. I maybe had no expectations, but I thought same thing from, I tell everyone that, whether they go to Winnipeg or interested, I was like, I had a great time there. And I think it's the same thing. It starts from the top down. I think from ownership, they do everything they can to treat you like a professional, make you as comfortable as possible. Off the ice, my wife with the kids, everything I think was first class. And then, once you're on the ice and there's so much talent on the ice out there. So when you're playing with whoever it is, those different players, you just seem to enjoy the game and kind of get a renewed kind of sense of life or sense of urgency into the game when you're playing with these young guys that, are just so good and constantly getting better and kind of motivates you to keep getting better.
Hey, Paul, it's Berkey. Congratulations. Welcome back to Canada.
Thanks, Berkey.
Hey, where was it I had you overseas, Paul? What year was that?
What'd you say?
Where were we overseas when I had you overseas?
Was it I think it was Finland. World Championships, Finland.
Yeah, I think so. And that we put a little jump back in your step then, I think, in that tournament.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because tournaments like that where, we've talked about this. My dad always talks about it. Sometimes you end the season on a sour note and you go to World Championships and all of a sudden, like you said, you start playing with young guys. You start, I don't know, you have, a good 2 weeks and all of a sudden it kind of just kind of a stepping stone, like, or springboard going forward, and you just kind of build off that. That's why I always tell guys too about World Championships. I'm like, what, never say no to an opportunity like that, because you always, at first it doesn't sound like fun because you just want to take a break, but I think after you do it, you always enjoy and you're always happy you did it.
Paul, Gary Galley, I'm just asking
Paul,
when you were talking. Oh, sorry, Cassie, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Paul, it's Cassie Campbell-Pascal in Calgary, and just, I got to cover that playoff run that you guys had when you were with Winnipeg, and describe what it's like, because I know covering it, you immediately want to come back and wish you could play, because it's so much energy in Manitoba, in Winnipeg for the Jets when they're in the playoffs. Can you just describe that atmosphere and being able to potentially go back to it?
Yeah, well, who knows what 2020 or 2021 will bring us with fans and stuff like that, at least to start, but you're hoping, everything gets back to normal sooner than later. But it's fun. I think maybe just because it's a smaller city. I think, like I think I said before, there's a lot of local people there, so everyone just wants to see a team win. And they had some tough years there, and now, the last 4 or 5, 6 years, they turn it around, and then, they say they expect to win a championship, they want to win it all, but they're just so passionate.
I'm good.
You know, when you have the whole city kind of rally around you and rally around the team, it just makes it more fun and just motivates you a little more to keep playing the game, keep working harder. And the whiteout is, you know, obviously it is what it is. It's you see it on TV, it's one thing. You see it in person, and it's fun. It's fun, especially the farther you go, because it just seems like it becomes one giant party a couple hours before the game and a giant party after the game. And when you see the whole community kind of rally around a team like that, I think it's something special.
Gary Galley here, Paul. I wanted to ask you about Laine. He's a guy that you seem to have some chemistry with when you were there, and I know you follow the league and what's going on about it. You're into that, and with all the trade rumors and things that have been mustering up. When you talk to them, did you say, "Hey, listen, whatever you do, just keep my right winger. I want to hang on to him when I get there."
Yeah, I mean, I have no say in that, but I have nothing, you know, but the utmost respect for him as a player. I think, you know, I'm his biggest cheerleader. I think, especially when I wasn't on the team, just